Hey, and welcome to episode 12 of the Paid Insights podcast, where we analyze and deconstruct other companies' ad campaigns so you can learn what to do and what not to do for your business. Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast. I have a quick announcement. A couple spots have opened up for ongoing AdWords management. I just do a couple clients at a time so I can give them kind of awesome service and value, and then focus on the other stuff that I'm doing as well. So if you are interested in getting an awesome ROI on your PPC spend, just head on over to paidinsights.com, click the Hire Me button, and there'll be a short form that you'll fill out, give a couple details on budget and kind of your website and everything, and then we can kind of get the conversation started from there. So I hope to hear from you if that is something you are interested in, and now we can get on to the episode. All right, for this episode, we are looking at the keyword stock trading apps. So I typed that into Google, and the top 3 ads I got were from well-known companies. Let's see, we'll start with the top one is Scottrade, then TD Ameritrade, and E-Trade, which is to be expected. But what didn't happen was nothing talks about, at least at first glance here, nothing talks about apps, or there's an option in AdWords where you can add a download your app kind of like add-on or extension, and I don't see that on any of these either. Nothing mentions that, so it's I would say that none of these actually are relevant to the exact search I did. So the first one, Scottrade, says Scottrade official site, online stocks, up to $2,500 when you open and fund a qualifying account. See offer details. So that's kind of cool. They give you free money when you put a bunch of your money in there. And then there says ranks highest in self-directed investor satisfaction from JD Power is a review extension. There is some ratings, website, service, selection, investment help, and fees. All say 9 out of 10. There's a local office as well and a phone number, so that's kind of nice to see. You can go in and talk to someone in person, one of their agents. And then there's some site links as well. It says fees and commissions, why choose Scottrade, stock quotes and research, and options trading. So that's a nice option, I guess. Let people know that options trading is available. So next we have TD Ameritrade. It says official tdameritrade.com. So they're trying to differentiate themselves from a fake version of the site. I mean, it's possible that they've had issues with those. I've actually, now that I look, all of these say official site, so maybe it's kind of helps with the trust factor that you're going to the real site, not some scammer or something. So the TD Ameritrade one says, dependable professional guidance for almost 40 years. Sign up today. So nice call to action there, right in the end of the description. There are also call-out extensions in this one. It says 24/7 customer service, no hidden fees, retirement planning, and fair and objective research. There's also ratings for TD Ameritrade as well, for website, service, selection, investment help, and fees. And then that's it for that ad. So no site links showed up or reviews, at least in this search that I did. Overall, it's not awful. The 40 years kind of shows that they've been around and are a trustworthy company. No hidden fees. It's great thing to highlight because there are lots of hidden fees with banks and stock trading industry, I guess I could say. And then lastly is E-Trade. It says official site, same E-Trade, new low cost. And then it says announcing $6.95 online equity and options trades effective now. Sign up. So that's I think they're highlighting a lower price than they previously had. For some reason, I'm thinking it was $9.99 or something before. So maybe they lowered their prices. It says no service fees, educational resources, 24/7 support, and top-rated mobile app. So there's the first mention of an app in any of these ads, and those are all call-out extensions there. And then there's a structured snippet extension. So first one I've seen from these ads, it says services, brokerage, retirement, savings plans, corporate services, E-Trade Pro, IRA, Roth IRA, 401k. So they actually fit quite a bit, and actually has the ellipses to show there's still more. So lots of services from E-Trade. And then there are site links for this bottom one. It says trading platforms and tools, tip ranks new to E-Trade, get more at E-Trade, and full set of tools. So overall, I think that one just has to win because it mentions a top-rated mobile app, and I search for stock trading apps. But overall, none of them were focused on the app portion at all. And really, what I was thinking when I searched was some of these new apps that I'll highlight a little bit later in the episode. I also want to remind you that you can go to paidinsights.com/12. That's paidinsights.com/12 to get to the show notes for this episode and check out the screenshot of the search and then some links to the landing pages for all three of these ads as well. Now let's take a look at the landing pages. So we will begin with the Scottrade landing page, and then we'll go to TD Ameritrade and then E-Trade. So I know they're not really relevant to stock trading apps, but we'll go through them and see what we think. So Scottrade, right away, it looks like it is a special landing page for PPC traffic. There's an LP in the URL, and it looks pretty stripped down. There are buttons at the top. It says open a new account and fund an existing account for kind of immediate calls to action. If people might click an ad and already have an account, they just want a way to log in. So in a way that makes sense to have the fund an account there. And headline is get to know the new Scottrade. So that actually reminds me of what E-Trade was talking about with their new platform or new pricing. So it seems like these companies are trying to show they're reinventing themselves. And it says our trading and investing solutions are broader than ever before, and some more details kind of about having local investment consultants. And it says qualify for a cash bonus when you fund an account today, which does align with that $2,500 bonus that was mentioned in the ad. So that's actually really good to see. And then you go down a little bit and it says Sarah's moment. It's got a picture of a woman in her 50s, 60s, I guess I would say, kind of well-dressed. So looks like that's kind of their target market they're going after. And then this little bit says Sarah knew she made the right choice. So they're trying to really speak to you and your client. And it says investing, trading, retirement, your moment is now. So I think this all ties in with their current marketing kind of campaign and language they're using right now. And they say they have a listing just below that of different cash bonuses. So anywhere from $100 to $2,500 cash bonus, depending on how much you deposit. So if you deposit $1 million plus, you get $2,500. If you deposit $25,000, you get $100, and kind of goes through that. Some buttons to open a new account and enroll in an existing account. Again, so it does look like the bonus applies to existing existing accounts as long as you make one of those deposits. And then as you go down, it says that you see Sarah again with under the investing section, but then there's some other images for trading and retirement. So I think it's their other avatars that represent their target market. So let's keep going down the page. It says, let's work together. Some more calls to action here at the bottom. Open a new account, fund, or give us a call. So they only put the give us a call one at the bottom, but it kind of, if you've got to this point and you needed a little help or you wanted to talk to someone, it's great to see that option. And I know that the sort of older demographic loves to call people. Younger one, not so much. So overall, I think it's great. It's straight to the point, and they give you bonuses to kind of help you make that step a little easier, lower your resistance. So let's move on to TD Ameritrade, and we land on the Why TD Ameritrade page. So right away, I would say it's a little overwhelming. It's a full navigation. It's not a custom landing page. There's navigation on the left, breadcrumbs, and then there's a keyword search, an ID kind of login section. It's not hidden at all. So there's like 3 form fields at the top, and then a bunch of navigation and a video. So it says investing built around you, and the first button you see besides login is open a new account. So I want to highlight something here, and their colors are green, white, and black, basically. So the TD background in their logo is green, and then the login button is green, and open a new account. So those are kind of the call to actions at the top of the page. And then the open a new account button is that exact same green, so it doesn't look any different from the login color. What you want to do is your main, especially if you have multiple calls to action and one is more important, like if you really want to drive people to open a new account versus login, you want to use a different color than is in your entire color scheme. So a orange or a blue or a red or something that would really make that stand out would be a much better choice for that open a new account button. And you'll see this on a lot of websites, but just something to keep an eye out for when you're looking at that. I wouldn't worry too much about what color it is, or don't split test button colors, but you do want it to be different from everything else on the page. So if we continue to go down, there is a 800 number. They're available 24/7 via email, and they say they're here for you. Powerful tools. So overall, it's kind of nicely designed. Nice. It's easy to read. Kind of nice larger text and lots of white space. So I like all that. And at the bottom, there's some basic stock ticker for the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. And then open a new account, and that green as well is kind of static at the bottom of the page. So it's kind of cool, a little different. And there's a little minus button, so you can actually shrink that down to be a little smaller as well. So not a great page for a landing page, but well designed. I would just fix that button, and they would probably see an increase in conversions. Let's move on to E-Trade. Remember, this is the only one that mentioned an app, so let's see if they mention it on their landing page. We get to the pricing and rates page for the landing page, which is a little weird. So it says, we don't believe in holding back on information, especially on pricing. Get the answers you're looking for. Open an account it's It's in purple, which is kind of main color or accent on this page. But if you go to the show notes, you'll see that it stands out a little more because they don't use it anywhere else in such a kind of bold manner. So check it out. But on this page, there's overview, transaction pricing, margin rates, other fees, and they're kind of little anchor links that drop you down farther down the page. But it's kind of a weird page to bring you to from an ad. Doesn't speak to their features and benefits. It's all just pricing. So I feel like this is likely a mistake, or someone messed up. Maybe they need to hire me to take over. But it's not designed to be the prettiest page. It's a table with a bunch of pricing, and that's about it. So nothing about apps. It says open an account, but I think that's kind of a global thing in their navigation. So yeah, that wraps up the landing pages for stock trading apps. So if you remember earlier, I mentioned that I was actually looking for something like the Robinhood app, and that's an app that you download and you can do all your stock trading just right from the app, and kind of real simple. It's a way to kind of get people introduced to the stock market, and as far as I know, it's fairly basic. But I will link up a review and a link to it on the iTunes store in the show notes. So if you want to check out what I was originally thinking when searching, just head over to the show notes, paidinsights.com/12. Just want to wrap up with a reminder that ratings and reviews on iTunes help other people find the show. So if you have a second, if you head on over to iTunes and leave a rating and review, that would be awesome. And also want to remind you about the AdWords management spots that have opened up. So if that is something you are interested in, just head on over to paidinsights.com and fill out the form, and we can go from there. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening, and keep an eye out for the next episode soon.